Hi guys, NCWQ here. Um, wanted to show y'all what the van's door looks like. As you can see, the scratch starts here and it ends here at the door. And then there's a smaller one here. These two up here were already there, and that is from the prior owners of the vehicle. But this one here runs all the way down my door. Um, my son said that she hit the car so hard that the car moved. Um, then he was like, WTF, and was trying to figure out why she was as angry as she was. Um, she was probably around my age, maybe a little older. As far as he stated, I'm not going to tell you whether she was African American or white, but I do know that I had gone into the store after I found out and talked to the store, and the store said that I needed to file a police report, which is what I did because they're not liable for anything that happened in the parking lot because that parking lot is owned by many different people. They weren't able to tell me whether there is a camera or not because I had asked them if they had a camera because I wanted to see the incident. And I'm assuming that the police department will be able to pull it up, which will give them an idea of who this woman is because my son said she took off and left immediately afterwards. He didn't say whether on foot or not. I told my son that he should have gotten a picture of her, but he said he didn't think about it at the time. He said he thought about it afterwards. So then I came home and I called my insurance company and I talked to them because I was going to see what I needed to do as my car has been damaged. And I am not going to pay $1,000 deductible to have it fixed. So, like I said, I'm going to take it to a paint and body shop and see how much it's going to cost for them to repair it because it runs down most of my whole door, which got me really upset. Um, this is a car that I've been taking care of since I got it, and I didn't expect something like this. I mean, there are people out there that do things to hurt people all the time, and this is not cool. This is not acceptable. But I am more calmed down now than I was earlier. And as my son said, people aren't going to notice very much unless you point it out to them. So I guess that's how I should feel about it. But I wanted to show y'all what was done. You can see the whole line here. It's really not nice. So you can see this is the back door. This is towards the front door. Yep. Anyways, you guys, um, if you would like to help with my GoFundMe, I have a GoFundMe going to help me with my rent come January 1st. If you can't use GoFundMe, then if you can help me, please help through my PayPal. I am actually using Treasures and More One at AOL.com, which is TREASURES more or AND more MORE one at AOL.com. I am trying to come up with $280 right now. Somebody was very generous and gave me $20 towards my fundraiser, but I need to come up with 280 so that I can pay by the 29th. And GoFundMe doesn't deposit to the account the same day. It usually takes 2 days before it is deposited. So I'm just letting you know. After the first, um, I would really like to not do any fundraisers at all for this next year, period. I don't want to ask for any help. I want to just get on my feet as of the first and be done. Um, I have had a bad year. Everything this past year has really been amplified by a lot of bad things. And I want to have a good year going ahead. So please, guys, pray for me. Pray that things will work out in my favor for this next year and that things will be good. And I am sorry, y'all are probably seeing where it says this is a quiet stream. You might see birds and planes too. Let me fix that um, there so that it's not on the screen. That's from my live stream. And that looked funny being on there. Sorry. I am so sorry y'all saw that. Um, what else? Um, if y'all know, I did at the end of my live stream, I talked about the fire, a truck causing an explosion in New York. So that was at the very end of my live stream that I did earlier today. And I also did an update for the 6.1 earthquake. So, um, yeah, if you look, you'll see those were done as a video. I do record the videos when I upload them. Um, also, the 6.1 occurred here. So we're going to back out and you can see this is Africa here. This was out here on the African Antarctic plate. You guys, this is being uploaded as a video. I'm just talking. I've had an interesting day. Um, I fell asleep last night at about 8 p.m. I was really tired. I woke up at about 4:30 this morning. I took the dog out at 5. I went back to sleep and I didn't wake up until about 9:30 and I started my live stream at about 10 and then I went out to go get some things done and spent half of my afternoon waiting for a police car to show up so I could get a report for the damage that was done to my car. I felt sorry for my son because he shouldn't have had to go through being scared by some old lady. That's not cool. And it isn't that. My son's disabled, and I'm lucky that he didn't lose his temper. Um, he has bipolar, and I'm just lucky he didn't get out of the car and start yelling at anybody because his bipolar would have met somebody else's problems. So he did the right thing. So the cop that came out was really, really nice. He was a nice guy. I just talked to him for a little bit, and we were talking about the amount of police in Fayetteville and how many are in each area. There's not many police officers, so crime has gone up quite a bit. There was a shooting the other day, not too far from where my family lives. Um, One person was injured and one died. There's been quite a bit of shootings lately, and I'm hearing about them more and more, and it makes me worried about the crime statistics here in Fayetteville because they seem to be going up. Baby, ask your mom. Anna, I'm making a video, so Skylar needs to talk to you. I'm making a video, so Skylar needs to talk to you. Sorry, you guys. So, anyways, let's see what else is in the news for today. Um, since y'all got my news about my car, and I got upset and got offline for a little while. Wow, the CDC director is warning people to stay home this Christmas with new COVID variant. Isn't that nice that they want to take away from people's holidays? The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention Director Mandy Cohen urged people to stay home if they are feeling sick as the new variants of COVID-19 and other respiratory viruses circulate. Right now, flu, COVID, and RSV are spreading in most of the country. Cohen said in a recorded video message posted on X, formerly Twitter, on Friday. I know it's hard, but if you're feeling sick, please stay home. Avoid spreading germs to others, especially your loved ones who are at higher risk of getting very sick. Three respiratory viruses, which some of the public health officials have labeled as triple-demic, have surged since the end of November and have continued to increase through this month. The most recent COVID-19 variant, JN1, is estimated to account for 44% of infections of the disease across the United States, but it is accounting for higher concentrations, 57% of the cases in the Northeast, including New York and New Jersey. The World Health Organization designated JN1 as a variant of interest on Tuesday. So far, public health authorities have not determined the new strain is more severe than prior variants, but it may be more transmissible. Well, I had news for that one. I'm one of those people that didn't take a shot. And I did get COVID, and I got over it within a day. So I'm still not getting a shot. I'm not getting boosters. I had flu as a child. Um, and hopefully I can stay away from this. I did have what was called long COVID. I still had some residual effects for a long time. Um, I still have a cough off and on, so I use an inhaler with it. But other than that, I've gotten better. I don't have the fuzzy brain anymore. Um, Says vaccination rates, however, have remained low for all three diseases. Cohen strongly recommended that people who are feeling sick get tested early so that treatment can be administered quickly, especially for those who are at higher risk of developing severe complications. Getting tested and treated early can prevent you from getting severely sick and can save your life. Cohen also stressed that government-provided at-home COVID-19 tests are available at covidtest.gov. We have treatments for flu, for COVID, for pneumonia, but you have to know what you have so you can get the right treatment. Hmm, very interesting. Let's see. I want to see if my being in the picture makes more sense than being out of the picture. So let's see if I open my camera and y'all can see me on camera. Hang on a second. I know y'all have probably never seen me, so there's me. Okay, now y'all see me on camera. Let me make myself smaller here. Okay. Hello, 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 hello. All right, so y'all see the side of my head while I'm talking. Okay, because I'm using my chair to rotate. Alrighty, what else? Polar vortex is expected to hit the U.S. soon. Here's what to know. The weather this year has been weird to say the least, from rare February blizzard warnings in Southern California to New York's yellow skies brought on by wildfire smoke in June. It's been hard to keep up with all the unusual events, and the winter is providing similar complex, with forecasters struggling to adjust to unpredictable climate shifts. El Nino and a lack of snowfall have been factored into the weather forecast. Now another phenomenon is being considered a polar vortex. Mhm. White Christmas is highly unlikely for most of US. North Carolina city leaders extremely concerned after another city buses 14 homeless people to shelter. Durham, North Carolina, for over a dozen homeless people, including Mike Balbuna, an old-school bus served as a mode of transportation for what they hoped was a brighter future. Balbuna said he was just trying to get out of the cold. There's really nothing in Fayetteville that helps with resources, he said. Plus, I heard about this place and it sounded like a good option. 14 homeless people boarded a bus from Fayetteville that dropped them off in Durham Rescue Mission on Wednesday night. A representative with Fayetteville Police Department secured the bus to take those individuals to Durham. For days, she has been passing out flyers to unhoused community, promising them a better life at Durham Rescue Mission. As that group of people from Fayetteville works to make Durham their new home, leaders in both cities said they're extremely concerned about the busing situation. Some city leaders said they didn't know this was happening until they were informed by CBS 17. Mayor Leonardo Williams said he'd like to ensure that those from Fayetteville get sustained support so they don't end up on Durham streets. The mayor tells us there's currently over 300 homeless people in the city. If we're recruiting homeless people to the area and if they aren't being sustained in services provided, where are they going? Williams said. And when do we do our count? We are seeing them on our streets. At the Durham Rescue Mission, CEO Rob Tart said there shouldn't be much of a concern as many leave his shelter in a better position. He said they never turned anyone away from the mission. The homeless community does not have to be a weight on the community. It's just how you approach homelessness. I think that makes a difference. And this is an article that it was put out. Well, how much will daylight increase every day after the winter solstice on December 21st? The winter solstice is here, meaning the shortest day of the year will soon pass. This is when the northern hemisphere experiences the least amount of daylight for the year, and usually falls on the 21st or 22nd December, and then the long march to summer begins. At the rate at which daylight increases after the winter solstice on December 21st varies depending on your location. This change in day length is more noticeable at higher latitudes. Near the equator, the change in day length is minimal throughout the year. As you move towards high latitudes such as the North Pole, the change in day length becomes more pronounced. For example, in the northernmost part of the continental U.S., such as Alaska, the change in day length after the winter solstice is slightly more significant compared to Florida. Around the latitude of New York City or Chicago, you can expect the daylight to increase by a few minutes each day after the winter solstice. This rate of increase gradually accelerates as you approach the spring equinox. Interesting. China was busted flying more spy balloons. Oh boy. Uh-oh. Windows 11 upgrade will put 240 million computers on the brink of becoming e-waste. I hope not. In a potentially alarming development, the impending end of Microsoft Corporation's Windows 10 life may add up to millions of devices on the worldwide electronic waste pile. What happened? A study by Canals suggests that the transition to Windows 11 could result in nearly 240 million computers being discontinued. Now, I can vouch for that because my last computer was Windows 10 and it tried to do an update to Windows 11. My computer would not go for it. And it ended up being that I had to shut my computer down manually every single time that I went to shut my computer down. I had to wait until it went to turn off, and then I had to hit the turn off button. Ah. So it says this raises concerns about device upgrades and the onus on vendors such as Microsoft to prolong product life cycles, reported IT Pro. Numerous devices scheduled for disposal after October 2025 Windows 10 support cutoff won't meet the necessary standards to install Windows 11 despite being deemed in good condition. The requirements include a processor of at least 1 gigahertz, a minimum of 4 gigabyte RAM, and no less than 64 gigabytes of storage. The report noted that these devices' incompatibility with the latest supported Windows version dramatically decreases their refurbishing and resale value. The consulting firm also highlighted the potential burden on IT budgets and the significant environmental impact of large-scale device disposal. In December, Microsoft announced plans to extend Windows 10 security updates until 2028. However, users will need to pay a fee that has yet to be disclosed to access the service. Through the provision of extended support can prolong the lifespan of Windows 11, ineligible PCs, the cost of these security updates will likely be a barrier for users. Why it matters. The forecasted surge in electronic waste due to Windows 10 end comes in the face of a growing global trend. According to Statista, a German database company, the volume of e-waste is projected to reach 74.7 million metric tons by 2030. That's a lot. In 2019 alone, the volume of e-waste generated globally was around 54 million metric tons. The potential of adding 240 million devices to this pile further underscores the urgency for tech companies to take more sustainable measures in their product lifestyle management. The situation serves as a reminder of the environmental considerations that should be part of technology development and usage policies. It also emphasizes the need for consumers and organizations to make informed decisions about upgrading and disposing of technology. Whew. So I guess that if you have a Windows 10 computer, you need to figure out if it will update to Windows 11. I'm having my coffee, you guys. This is my Rebecca cup. Whoop, let me see if I can get it back in here. It says Rebecca. Oh, but I got coffee on it. Okay. Well, State of the Union. Border crossing bill signed by Abbott. They will not want to be coming into the state of Texas. Texas Governor Greg Abbott signed multiple laws aimed at tightening security on the Texas-Mexico border. The legislation makes illegal border crossing a state crime, subject to imprisonment or deportation. This move is expected to face legal challenges from the Biden administration due to immigration falling under the federal jurisdiction. The law set to take effect in March allows Texas police to arrest those suspected of illegal immigration, with subsequent arrests carrying more serious penalties. Today in Brownsville, I signed 3 new laws to better protect Texans and Americans from Biden's open border policies, Abbott wrote. Illegal entry into Texas is now a crime subject to removal and imprisonment. Texas will also fund new wall construction and increase human smuggling penalties. The consequences of it are so extreme that people being smuggled by cartels They will not want to be coming into the state of Texas, he added. Abbott estimated the legislation would significantly reduce illegal immigration, but it has already sparked opposition from the ACLU of Texas and congressional Democrats who intend to challenge the law. SB 4 is dangerous to people of Texas and interferes with the federal government's exclusive authority over immigration and foreign affairs, a letter signed by more than 20 congressional Democrats read. To be honest, I think that anybody who is not a legal immigrant here into the United States should not be in the United States. And I believe that's the way it's been and the way it should be. My opinion. Quantum teleportation of images achieved for the first time. Scientists have demonstrated a new way of transporting images across a network without physically sending the images. This breakthrough could pave the way for a quantum internet that can handle high-dimensional entangled states. States? Yeah. The research published in Nature Communication was conducted by an international team from the University of Witwatersrand, Johannesburg, and ICFO, the Institute of Photonic Sciences in Spain. They use a technique called quantum state transfer, which involves transferring the quantum properties of one state system to another without sending any physical particles. Well, that is interesting. That's under Trendy Digest. 10 hours ago, a winter weather advisory was issued for 6 states with snow set to hit. So what are those 6 states? Let's see. They issued it for Colorado for the Northwest San Juan Mountains, Dallas Divide, and cities of Telluride, Ouray, and Lake City, which will be in place from 5 p.m. local time on Friday until 5 a.m. local time on Sunday. In these areas, the NWS is expecting snow up to 4 to 8 inches, which could make the roads slippery and dangerous for drivers. Similar advisory was issued for Colorado's Uncompahgre Plateau and Dallas Divide and Utah's Abajo Mountains and LaSalle, where the NWS expects moderate snow above 7,500 feet, which could pile up between 4 to 8 inches. The San Bernardino County Mountains and the Riverside County Mountains in California, as well as the cities of Big Bear City and Big Bear Lake, are also under a winter weather advisory this weekend, at least until 4 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Saturday. According to San Diego branch of the NWS, snow is expected in areas above 6,500 feet, with accumulations of 3 inches. Above 8,000 feet, snow will pile up between 8 and 18 inches, with the accumulation would be between 3 and 8 inches at 7,000 feet. The federal agency said that travel would be very difficult in these parts of California, and the hazardous conditions could impact higher mountain highways. Snow is expected to be falling mostly on the night between Thursday and Friday and the early hours of Friday. Washington's Cascades of Snohomish and King counties, including Stevens Pass, will remain under a winter weather advisory only on Friday between 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. local time. Here, between 4 and 8 inches of snow are expected to fall in areas above 4,000 feet. The heaviest snow is expected to fall between the morning and the afternoon. Parts of Arizona, including the White Mountains of Graham, Greenlee County, and Gloria Mountains, and Penalino Mountains and Rincon Mountains, will be under a similar advisory between Friday and Saturday evening. Hannigan, Meadow, Mount Graham, and Mount Lemmon will also be impacted by heavy snowfall, which will make travel difficult, especially between Friday night and Saturday morning. The NWS recommends travelers use caution when driving. Finally, Alaska will also be under winter weather advisory this Friday, but only until noon local time. The NWS expects 2 and 6 inches of snow in the eastern Aleutians, including the cities of Unalaska and Nikolsky, while gusty winds will sweep the same areas. The agency said that the blowing snow could significantly reduce visibility and strong winds could cause damage. And this article was put out 10 hours ago. Okay, you guys. Well, that is the update for this evening. If you liked my video, please give me a big thumbs up. Thumbs up. Yeah, thumbs up. Um, Please remember to hit the like button, subscribe button, share button. Also, where you hit the subscribe button, there is a little bell icon. And if you hit that bell icon, you will see when I'm going live or when I upload a new video. Also, below my video, there are links in the description. Sometimes I do post them on the community tab. There you will see a link to my fundraiser, my PayPal, to the 50 groups that I have. Um, and you are welcome to join those 50 groups. And as always, much love, God bless, and please, please, please have a great night wherever you are. Much love.